And hello, YouTube. How's it going? Just got up a little bit ago, heading out over to Bullocks. I was actually up earlier today, but yeah, decided I didn't have enough sleep, and I'm glad I got more sleep. I feel like I needed it. Yeah, I definitely got a bit of a cold or something. I'm not feeling so hot, and so you can hear my voice is a little shot as well. So it's Friday, September 9th, 4:02 p.m. I haven't checked Google traffic, but I can't imagine going down to the 202 to the 10 is a good idea right now. Of course, I can always look at it on the Obama phone. I think I'll do that right now.
Filming of police officers has been temporarily blocked from going into effect. KTAR's Luke Forstner joins us live in the news center with the story.
Becky, it's the result of a lawsuit filed by the ACLU and several other state news organizations. Chris Klein with the Arizona Broadcasters Association explains why they're arguing the law violates the First Amendment.
Whether I'm Citizen Joe or Journalist Joe, no one can tell me I'm not allowed to film what's happening publicly. And police officers and law enforcement around the state already have tools in place that allow them to keep themselves safe.
Now, he says their goal is to get the law permanently banned. The state has until next Friday to decide whether or not to defend that law. Live from the news center, Luke Forstner, KTAR News.
KTAR Eyes on Education. It's not just private schools.
That is something I've been waiting for. As soon as I heard that law was going into effect, it just screamed unconstitutional to me. And my biggest concern, which I'm actually disappointed they didn't mention anywhere in the lawsuit, is, and to be fair, I haven't read the text of the actual law, so there may be an exception in it. It seems like I saw somebody mention in Reddit that there is an exception for if you're in a car and you get pulled over, that there is an exception for the distance in how far away you have to be from a cop while recording if he approaches your car. But my concern was if you have an actual interaction with the police and you're on foot, that would prevent you from recording the interaction, which I feel is something that people need to be able to do to protect themselves from potentially tyrannical police officers. Certainly no shortage of videos on social media of things happening with cops that probably would have escalated a whole lot worse, like Rodney King worse, had the person not had a camera. And I mean, it's one thing to say, well, cops have body cams now, but body cam footage sure has a way of disappearing when shit happens. Not always, but more than enough stories of that happening. I should be listening to my traffic report here.
Back to Indian School, 7th Street or 7th Avenue. Speaking of 7th Avenue, we've got a crash on it, 7th Avenue, north of Southern. Another crash on 7th Avenue at Dunlap. And a wreck at Central Avenue, north of Southern as well. 59th Avenue in McDowell, collision. Couple more, Central Avenue at Buckeye, Indian School west of 7th Street, and 27th Avenue just south of Northern, a crash. This traffic report brought to you by Condor Airlines. Fly Condor nonstop.
So many traffic accidents, but yet everybody seems to think cars are a safe, great way to get around. It's funny how that works. You could call that traffic report strode on strode violence. You really could.
Otherwise, highs Saturday will stay in the mid-90s. I'm ABC 15 meteorologist Jorge Torres.
99 degrees right now.
40% chance of rain tonight. Dang. Well, just realizing I'm next to that Circle K there at 36th Street, and with a somewhat cute cashier that kept saying she was going to come check out my show at Bullocks, and has never shown up. Oh well. Part of me wants to go in and see if she's there and say hi, but I'd just rather get myself over to Bullock's. I'll see her again when I see her. Wow, a woman walking looked like she was crying. So where was I? Oh yeah, so the new law, which is currently suspended pending a lawsuit. My other big concern would be if something is going on with the police and somebody is filming it, and I'm using film metaphorically, most likely shooting digital video with a cell phone. There's 2-3 cops present, and potentially a situation going on with the quote-unquote suspects and and a police officer. I could see that being abused. The no filming within 8 feet law, or whatever the distance is. I could see that completely being abused by the police, not wanting the situation filmed, just by having one of the other cops on the scene. Because every time shit goes down, there's always more than one cop on the scene. It amazes me how often I see 4 cop cars over one call that at best required one police officer by himself to handle it. But I could totally see the way police often work in tandem. One cop noticing that, hey, there's a guy over there shooting video on his cell phone. Why don't you get inside that 8-foot perimeter and shut that down? And the cop just walking over to that person just to be like, oh, you got to stop filming because I'm within 8 feet of you, or I'm going to write you a ticket for filming within 8 feet. That's where I see the potential for abuse. I feel like that news blurb that was just on KTAR about it didn't really touch on that, but I'm sure the actual lawsuit pleadings do. As they did say, the ACLU said that police already have other things within their disposal to protect them from people getting too close with cameras. The most obvious being the yellow tape that says police line do not cross. Not that hard to create a perimeter with that. I heard them talking about former presidential debates. Of course, they're talking about Katie Hobbs refusing to debate Gary Lake.
Good interviewer, ask probing questions, ask follow-ups, not let politicians just filibuster and not answer the question. It's one of my pet peeves. I interview these people, and I know how difficult it can be because they just don't do it. But if you follow up, you have to stay on them. I would love to see a 30-minute, 60-minute interview with a politician, with every politician, where you just go through questions.
This is what I want to see. I want to see them answer the question, not pivot and say, what do you think about defense policy? And say, right, defense is important, but I want to pivot back to what they just said. I'm like, we already heard what they just said. You had 30 seconds to rebut that. They asked you about something that I'm specifically interested in. I think they should interview them and then have a town hall where the audience can ask them questions as well.
I agree with that.
I don't think there's going to be anything constructive between the two Arizona gubernatorial candidates. I really don't.
She wants to eliminate the state's income tax, and it's something that Governor Ducey said 8 years ago when he ran for governor for the first time. And back then I said, well, lovely. I mean, look, I'm like most people, I'd just soon pay less taxes if that's possible. But I do appreciate the services that the state provides, and I think that money goes to good use. And frankly, Arizonans, we're fortunate. We're not taxed that high compared to a lot of states.
We are not California, y'all.
That's for sure. So it's interesting to me when someone says, I want to get rid of taxes. It's a great campaign line. But how do you do that? Tell me where you're either going to get the money from that's going to be, from some other source, or tell me what you're going to cut. Because if you eliminate the income tax, that's the largest source of income for the state of Arizona. Where does the money come from? And, look, we've been fortunate because of all the federal COVID money that flooded into the state. We had billions and billions of extra dollars, and everything seems great. That's going to dry up here pretty quickly, and I don't know what the state's going to look like if we have another mini recession, if the tax dollars start to go down. What do you do then? But I'd love to see, again, this is where you have to ask these follow-up questions. I want to see someone ask Kari Lake, okay, you want to get rid of the income tax or bring it down as close to zero as possible. How do you replace that money? And no one's, I wish somebody would ask her that question.
Well, the thing is I want my taxes. I want to pay taxes to make sure that my roads are taken care of, that the police are getting the resources that they need, that teachers and schools are being able to educate our kids, because a lot of people are worried about critical race theory. It's not even taught in schools in Arizona. So for me, that's not even a non-starter. And seeing that on a political science, I'm like, they don't teach that in schools here.
Right.
My issue is, why aren't we learning Singapore math? Why aren't we advocating with the teachers union and extending the school year, because we have shorter school years than other countries, and China is about to eat our lunch and steal it if we don't get our kids up in math and up in reading and all these jobs that people are going to take, because we
history,
won't be able to do them.
geography.
And we need to get kids in technical education. I'm sorry. I sound like I'm running for office.
Yeah,
and I'm
you do.
not.
I was
but
impressed.
my thing is, I want somebody to say, hey, let's extend the school year. Let's make it go from one, because you know what? Why do we have summer vacation off? Because back in the day, people had to go farm. People had to help Grandpa and Dad bring in the harvest. Now, all you got to do is go to the grocery store. The grocery store will deliver it. So for me, when you're talking about education, don't talk to me about they're too woke. What they need to do is teach math and science. And now they, even science, they're like, well, I don't want to teach you the earth. They need to learn math and science and how to read. Let's make that number one educational issue. That other stuff, they won't even have time to worry about that other stuff if they're teaching them math.
Gail Bass is here. She's running for governor, everybody. You were fired up.
No, I love that. Like, I feel very strongly about that. It was like they're so worried about the wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Eat our lunch if we don't.
Been watching some of those videos.
We need to promote. Training programs for
that shows people asking millennials in public spaces like really obvious questions, like who fought in the Mexican-American War and what country is the Panama Canal located in, and people just not being able to answer that. Now I'm sure those are edited down, to where you're just seeing the people that just didn't have a clue. But man, the people that don't have a clue, that are teenagers and young adults, it's pretty disturbing, some of the responses.
Do you think Gail Bass should run for office? Oh wait, that's not the question.
That'll be the fourth spot.
No.
All right, we need 5 people to call in. 602-277-5827. We need you to call in if you voted. If you voted in the last a couple of elections, we want you to call in. That's it. If you're a voter, we want you to call in. 602-277-5827. It's the Gatos and Chad Show. Becky Lynn standing by to keep...
Yeah, I'm way too busy driving to dial a phone.
The Celebrity Theater and Danny Zalesko presents Lewis Black, a political commentator, and bring on a barnyard animal. They have more to say to us, like a lamb. What did you think, lamb? Back to you. Celebrity Theater and Danny Zalesko presents Lewis Black, the king of rant, coming to Celebrity
So,
Theater on Saturday, October 1st. Buy tickets
Anyway.
at celebritytheater.com.
Wasn't really planning on getting sidetracked by the news, but always interesting stuff on the news, on the radio. And I'm really glad that law has been temporarily suspended, the one regarding filming police at a distance, because I've been really concerned about that. As somebody who just vlogs when I walk around and drive around, I've been a little bit nervous that, hey, what if I'm walking down a sidewalk and there's something going down with the police? Do I need to stop my vlog just because there's a cop there? And in my situation, most likely the cop would just be there, just as these street lights I'm passing and trees that I'm passing are there, and these cars that I'm passing are there, and the guy on the bicycle that I'm passing is there. That's not what I'm recording per se. I mean, yeah, I'm on my videos. Obviously, I'm getting the world behind me, or more accurately, the world in front of me in the video. And if a cop just happens to be part of what's in front of me, then I shouldn't have to stop stop recording because of that. That shouldn't trump my right to record in a public space. And certainly if there's something going down with the cop that is interesting enough that if I'm walking I would want to watch it, then it's also equally interesting enough that I'm going to want to record it, especially since in this situation I'd already be recording. So, anyway, glad to hear an update on that. That's something I've really been wanting to know about.
Northbound 17 at Dunlap, a wreck. I-10 eastbound to the downtown at 7th Street, a crash. Westbound 101 at 7th Avenue, a wreck. Northbound I-17 at 7th Avenue, collision. And another one on the 10 westbound at Buckeye. Surface Streets, we've got a closure of Central Avenue from Camelback to Indian School for police activity. Try 7th Street or 7th Avenue instead. Surface Street wrecks at Glendale Avenue, east of 55th Avenue. 7th Avenue, north of Southern. Central Avenue, north of Southern. 7th Avenue in Dunlap. 59th Avenue in McDowell, Central Avenue in Buckeye and Indian School west of 7th Street. This traffic report brought to you by 72 Sold, recognized as the leading home selling program in America. 72 Sold eliminates all the.
Well, sounds like I'm good to go. Just staying on Osborne. Yeah, Osborne Road, not the quickest way across Phoenix, but as you can see, the traffic on Osborne, even right now, at 4:18 p.m. in the heat of Friday afternoon rush hour, not bad. Not bad at all. And if you were paying attention, you notice I got on it right at 36th Street. That is the furthest point east of this contiguous piece of Osborne Road. In case you drive in this area and you didn't know that, now you know. Oh, I missed the light at Central though. That sucks.
They don't send you a machine with your mail-in ballots.
We have machines that just count the ballots. That's it. So in any case, Jim O'Connor.
I just looked down and realized I have my Obama phone open to Google Maps, because when the article came on about the filming police law being suspended per court order pending legislation, I had opened that. I was going to look at that. Totally forgot it was just sitting there on my thigh. Oh wow, showing 2 accidents on the 10 going westbound through downtown.
It doesn't matter to me. The whole point is,
yeah, looks like had I gone down to the 202, it would have just gone to hell after 32nd Street, which is no shock. I expected this time of day. 51 looking, oh my gosh, oh yeah. Yeah, traffic bad in all the places I would expect traffic to be bad in. So, and just me out of habit, taking back roads. I'm doing just fine. Other than I'm not getting a lot of green lights coming across the Central Corridor on Osborne. Damn it. Oh man, I wish I had something to drink. So, gosh, what has happened since my last video? Not a whole lot. Had my karaoke show at Bullock's. Most notable moment of the entire show happened with the very first singer, when there was hardly any. I cannot believe I got every damn light red going across the Central Corridor. Are you kidding me? I usually do a lot better than this coming across on Osborne. I'm just getting not lucky. Oh well, I'm still gonna get to Bullock's in time for tacos. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the most memorable moment of the show happened before it even got busy, with my very first singer with their very first song, and I did post a short of it on my channel already. So yeah, out of sync, but hey, it's not a vlog post, so whatever. Out of order, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had this woman wearing this. I found she was attractive. I'm wearing like skin tight yoga pants. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I thought she was really attractive actually. But did her own spin on Me So Horny by Two Live Crew. And yeah, if you haven't seen that short, check out my channel, look for that one. That was, I wanted to record more of it, but I know, like, I gotta keep it at 59 seconds or less when I do those kind of videos. Just because of the way YouTube treats shorts, and generally speaking, if it's short enough to be considered a short, it seems to get a whole lot more views. And I keep hoping, not that anything like that has happened, but I keep hoping that if I keep posting shorts like that on my karaoke show, that some bar owner somewhere in Arizona will see that and go, oh my God, this is the karaoke host we need to get. Although granted, the videos are always of my singers and never of me as a host, because when I'm hosting, I don't, you know, and when I'm singing myself, I don't have free hands to video myself. I did have somebody ask a few weeks ago about me live streaming my show, and that's something I'd actually like to try to do. I am a little concerned about content matching with the music. Seems like I've seen that happen with other people's live streams, where a content match happens and either their sound and their sound gets muted, and certainly I don't want that to happen. Although I guess if that happens, it happens. It's, you know, beyond my control. And if I do live stream one of my karaoke shows, I can't exactly brain fart. I can't exactly do anything about it. It just kind of is what it is. Oh wow, brand new townhouses to my left here. Rental townhouses, the Lucia on 15, and I got a green light, so you can't move the camera so y'all can see it. It looks pretty nice. 2-story townhouses right here on 15th Avenue in Osborne, on the brand new, being built and not even open yet, on the southeast corner. Anyway, yeah, I've been thinking about doing that though, just to see how it works out. My other concern about doing it is not having enough internet bandwidth for it to work. As it is, between me trying to upload and download vlog segments, you know, because I do post them, stuff I filmed earlier, I do post, you know, during my karaoke show. I'm always working on that, and then I'm also always working on downloading additional karaoke, and then specific things that people ask for, you know, like songs that people are wanting to hear, or you know, music videos, what have you, during the show, and then songs people are wanting to sing that I don't have. I always have that going on as well, and it's always brutally slow. I mean, I basically have 3 options for internet while I'm there. I've got my mobile internet on Assurance Wireless, which is slow. There is the non-public Wi-Fi at Bullocks. Yeah, if you ask at Bullocks, there's quote unquote no Wi-Fi, but you know, there is a connection there that's simply used by our POS machines, our credit card machines, and the owner has given me access to it. And generally speaking, I don't even use it, because it is, I'm not entirely sure like what tier of service they have, but it is really, really slow, like 56K dial-up slow. I don't see me being able to live stream on it. And then the internet that I usually use, there's a Cox hotspot. I have service through Cox cable, my internet service at home. And one of the perks, and if you have Cox cable in Phoenix, by the way, I've talked to a lot of people that have Cox at home and are unaware that this is a service that they pay for. But yeah, if you have Cox service at home, one of the services you pay for is Cox mobile hotspots. which basically allows you to log into anybody else's modem. You're not logging onto their network per se, but there's my understanding, everybody who's got a Cox wireless modem, at least a newer one, there's a Cox hotspot that operates out of it, you know, which Cox operates, and any Cox customer can use their user login and their password and connect to it. Now I do know that it does have a cap on it that stops, you know, random mobile users from sucking up whatever customer's bandwidth, for sucking up all their bandwidth. But yeah, I'm accessing a mobile hotspot for Cox, which I believe is coming from the barber shop right next door to Bullocks. The internet on that, it's not painfully slow, but it's not fast either, and it kind of comes and goes. So I'm obviously not the only person that's using it in the bar. Sometimes it does get brutally slow. So there are times it feels like it's not enough to do what I need to do as far as, you know, downloading tracks for the show and whatnot. So I do worry that adding a live stream to it might be problematic. But I am willing to at least try it once, maybe next week, doing a live stream using the I'm gonna take my Obama phone off of Wi-Fi and just using the Assurance Wireless, which is on T-Mobile's network, using that bandwidth, see how it works. I do need to get some kind of a stand for the phone. I don't really have anything suitable for that, but I see those in dollar stores all the time. I just got to remember the next time I go to a dollar store to look for one and grab one. I went to Dollar Tree yesterday to get pencils. Didn't shoot a video on that drive, but yeah, I went to, because I was really short on pencils, so I went there to get pencils and grabbed a couple of other things that were, you know, I was thinking, oh, I'm at a dollar store, I should get this, and I just wasn't thinking that I wanted to grab, you know, some kind of a small stand or tripod for my phone for live streaming in the bar. But I do see those at dollar stores, and also at the little electronics section at Ross. I'm sure Target and Walmart has plenty of those kind of options as well. Probably not as good at prices, but yeah, I need to grab one of those. Hell, might grab one of those and maybe shoot a video of me singing karaoke tonight. There's a sad absence of that on my YouTube channel. But you know, when I'm busy singing, I'm not able to hold a phone and trying to sing and do the selfie thing is just not my style. It just seems entirely too awkward, and I think I would lose my focus on my singing. Then again, I probably won't do it tonight. My voice is just really not what it should be. Although my singing last night wasn't bad. Oh shit, my car is overheating. I can smell my antifreeze and I can see my temperature gauge going up. That's not good. Just turn my AC down. It's like, what is that smell? Oh, that's my antifreeze. That's my car. Oh, look at my temperature gauge. It's not through the roof, but it's definitely warmer than it should be. Oh shit, I need to change lanes. That's a little unnerving. My AC was working so good too. It's not even really that hot today. First time this car is overheated in a long time. Well, you know, since the time I blew the engine like last year. I didn't even realize it was overheating that time. This time I was able to smell the antifreeze. Obviously, I'm smelling it, you know, coming from the overflow. And wasn't really watching the temperature gauge, but I see it. It's not pegged, but it is higher than normal. Which is good to know the temperature gauge works. I was kind of concerned that before it wasn't working when I overheated the car the last time. And I blew the motor. I'm pretty convinced that the temperature gauge wasn't working. I don't recall. I'm sure I would have glanced at it, and I don't recall it going up. All right, crossing Hazelwood. Well, which means I'm directly across the freeway from where I shot that video of that new affordable housing complex going on 27th Avenue. If you watch those videos from last Sunday, I walked up to Hazelwood, and the way Hazelwood continues on the other side of the freeway tells me that Hazelwood was probably the through street before this freeway was built. So I'm just going to stay on the access road. There's no point in getting on the freeway. As much traffic as there is in the freeway and as long backed up as those metered on-ramps are. It looks like my temperature gauge is dropping already, so just turning off the AC was enough to get it done. Of course, now it's getting hot in my car. Damn it.
The Maricopa County Attorney's Office has been plagued with scandal and loss over the past few years. Now 2 candidates are running for the spot of top attorney with hopes to turn that office around. KTAR's Taylor Tassler is live in the news center with what the candidates had to say.
Yeah, Becky, in a debate recorded this morning for 12 News' Sunday Square Off, Democrat Julie Gunnigal and Republican interim county attorney Rachel Mitchell pled their case as to why they should be the next county attorney. And Gunnigal called the office corrupt.
We have seen our protesters be charged under a fully invented gang while she was the head of the Conviction Integrity Unit.
But Mitchell says she was brought in to clean up the division.
I actually recommended the dropping of charges because I felt that they were overcharged. When I became county attorney, I fired the person who was responsible for those charges.
Reporting live in the news center, Taylor Tassler, KTAR News.
For more on the November 8th midterm election, you can go to KTAR.
I'll be honest, I have not been following the county attorney's race at all, and maybe that's one I should start reading up on and being aware of. Yeah, I haven't been following the gubernatorial race. Of course, is getting a lot of press, and so is the senator race with Mark Kelly being up for re-election. Yeah, I haven't heard much talk about the election for county attorney, and that's certainly or state. You know, now I'm not even sure whether it was county attorney or state attorney. At any rate, I should probably be watching my mail for my early voting ballot and doing my homework on who's on that ballot on some of those other offices. This. So, anyway, last night's karaoke show, other than the woman doing Me So Horny, who I thought was really hot, I chatted with her a little bit after the song. In fact, she motivated me enough to do, the best part of the show was actually before I got busy, the very first round. After her, I had one of my regulars do Genuine Pony, which she sings quite a bit, and to be fair, she doesn't do so great on it, but she does okay on it, and it's fun. It's a good song. And then after that, I did, since we were doing songs that kind of have a dirty lean to them, I did ASAP Rocky, Fucking Problems, and just rocked it. Of course, the problem with me doing that song, especially doing that song at Bullocks, where the crowd tends to be 80% or more black, is that song has a lot of N-bombs in it. It has a lot. So trying to dance around the N-bombs is always kind of a thing. kind of a thing. And especially on the second verse, is that the second verse has an excessive amount of them, and it uses the phrase, God, I don't even think I can say it because I think it's a community violation if I say it on YouTube. But at least for me, as a white guy, if I say it on YouTube, I'm sure if I was black, it would be no problem. But can I spell it? Is that acceptable? Yeah, it's got the phrase N-I-G-G-A rich in it, which is kind of what the whole verse is about. And what I did when it got to that verse, and of course I've got so many screens in there, everybody's looking at it, and the version I have is explicit, so the word is right there on the screen. It's not even blanked out. And I get to that part, and I just stop. And mind you, I'm rapping, I'm keeping up. You know, it's obvious that I'm not stopping because I can't keep up with doing doing hip hop karaoke. It's pretty clear I'm keeping up just fine. And I got to that verse, and I just stopped. And the crowd, and the portion of the crowd's paying attention, of course, is pretty much all black. So they're watching the screen, watching me, and they see me just stop at that point, and some of them start giggling. And when it comes up to the part where it's inward rich or something like that, or I forget exactly how the verse goes, but at one point I just, after being silent for like 2 or 3 lines, and people. Oh shit, I see steam coming out from under my hood and I'm overheating again. Damn. Oh, that's not good. Oh, the car is making not good sounds. Yikes. Oh Lord, I hope I don't blow my fucking motor. The temperature gauge had gone down, but it is in the red now, and I'm at a place where I don't have the option of stopping. Oh dear God, I hope this light changes. Damn. I got my air off, and the temperature gauge had gone down. But dang, maybe I should have pulled over and checked it then. Oh dear God, I am not at a place where I can go anywhere either to get off the road. Oh God, if I blow my engine, my life is fucked. Wow. Anyway, I think when I got to that line, I was just like, yeah, I ain't fucking rich. And I didn't rap it, I just said it. And then I just like, bam, right into the next lines. And I got a pretty good, I got some laughs out of that. And that was good. Oh my God, my car is whistling. I got steam coming out, and the gauge is just, it's up there. Oh, this light cannot change quick enough. Just gonna take it gentle. Oh shit, and I was not in the lane I wanted to be in. Please let me over, dude. Please let me over. Actually, you know what? As much as I want to go over to Bolex, I think I just need to get my ass off the road and stop this car. Okay, moving has brought the temperature gauge down a little bit. This looks like a legal place to park. Oh, this isn't good. Well, at least I'm across the street from Bolex. This is not how I wanted to end this ride. This is not good. Anyway, I need to end this video. I need to call Rob, let him know that this happened, and go across the street and hopefully get myself a thing full of water to try and get some coolant in here. In fact, I should probably walk over to, actually probably be better. I'm gonna walk over to the bar and then walk over to Food City, see if Food City sells coolant, also known as antifreeze. Although calling it antifreeze in Phoenix is just silly to me. But see if they sell coolant. They probably do. Oh, this is a plot complication I did not need today for sure. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the ride. Hopefully I'm driving in my next video.